This is a coin. It has been symbol of economy, wealth, and prosperity for ages. It has been in a round shape or near about round shape since it has existed. Well, it will be fitting to say what represents our economy is circular. Why shouldn't our economy be as well? Hi, I am Tarun Bothra, one of the co-founders of Sathi, and I am here to share my journey and Sathi's journey with circular economy so far. Why so far? Because we are just getting started. A lot of businesses would start with addressing a problem, but what they would not be able to do is answer a lot of questions around it or address everything around that problem. Sathi also doesn't start with the circular economy as its core value. We grew up, and as we grew, we realized that it is an hour of a need, and slowly, it became one of our core values. I would love to talk about circular economy, but let me tell you how we came about it, and why we came about it, and what is our journey to circular economy first. Well, back in 2015, Kristen and I met in the university where she was looking to find somebody, especially an engineer, who can help her make machines for sanitary napkins. So she was looking and I was helping her. Well, it was very devastating and sad to know that 1 out of 6 women who you meet has only access to sanitary napkins. Rest 5 are going about it without a sanitary napkin or a piece of cloth or a rag. And I was amazed that how Kristen was having a take on it by making such machines which can be utilized to make sanitary napkins, which are not just low cost but also high value. The reason why 1 out of 6 women had access to sanitary napkin was various, from not be able to afford it all the way to not aware about existence of the product. Well, this got my interest, and while helping her, I realized that I can really use this platform to put my skills to a good use. Well, tonight I was going to sleep with a happy smile on my face, knowing that I am doing something good, and tomorrow I was gonna wake up knowing that what I'm gonna do will do a lot more good. With this excitement, what I didn't realize per se is that if you're starting something new, it can be sometimes difficult. Also, especially when you are trying to challenge an existing culture, a culture which believes a lot in taboo around menstruation, sanitary napkins, and a lot of misunderstanding related to it, can become very difficult and challenging to work with. Well, it didn't stop us. We were ready to make machines which can help women have a safe period. So Kristen and I started working on the designs of machine. Meanwhile, we also went out to raise funding because we had talent, we had a lot of passion and determination to execute the project. Well, we didn't have a lot of money at that point of time. So we went out to talk to VCs, but it turned out that sanitary napkin was not that cool at that point of time. A lot of people were not interested in talking to us because they were ashamed of talking about this topic. A lot of people were not interested because a lot of bigger companies already dominated the market and they didn't thought it is hour of a need. Well, we didn't agree to them. Well, this didn't stop us and it never brought us down. When it comes to doing things like this, whether it is about environment or people, Kristen and I can be a little bit stubborn about it. You must be wondering, this guy started talking about circular economy. we don't see much of a circular economy in his talk. Well, wait, we are just getting started. There is a lot to talk about before we go how the circular economy came into existence. 45 days since we started, we had our machines redesigned and ready to be dispatched wherever it is needed to be for manufacturing of pads. We hired our first hire after so many difficult tries. We had 2 units ready to be sold. Well, we didn't do it. We didn't sell those units. There was a reason behind it. We realized it was a mistake. A mistake where we were trying to address a problem with a solution, but meanwhile also creating another 2 problems. Where the machine's gonna solve the problem of accessibility to villages and affordability of the product. What it was not addressing was the disposal of the product and health of the woman who is going to use that product, because the materials which we were working on were the same as any other commercial company would use, made out of plastic and wood pulp, full of chemicals, would have caused an issue with women's health. Also, as they were not environment friendly, they would have gone in the landfill and would have stayed there for more than 500 years. And so we took a step back. We said that we're not gonna do this. We're gonna discard this machine model altogether. This is where circular economy kicked in. We decided to work on raw materials and make sure that all what we source for these pads should be environmental friendly, and the resource, the supply chain where it is coming from should be sustainable. That's how we came about banana fiber. We worked on it and we realized it is one of the most absorbent fiber and we can utilize it for making pads. With seeing this, we realized that we should also change. That's why we came into making sure that what we make has a one-stop solution. It's where it starts should be sustainable, where it ends should be sustainable. That's when we, as I said, stopped making machines and got into making product ourselves. 6 months down the line, if you fast forward, we were able to had a product which was 100% compostable and biodegradable and made out of banana fiber. Now we were going to get a factory in place where we can manufacture these pads. We redesigned the machine in order to do so, and we went to talk to farmers to source these materials in bulk. Well, it was exciting, but it was very adventurous when I realized that I might have to make a run for my life when I'm talking to farmers. We went into villages talking to them that we would like to take these fibers from trees where it can help us to produce sanitary napkins. When I started explaining it to them, they were not really happy about it, because banana tree is worshipped in a lot of places across India and it's a holy tree. Now farmers were mad that if we're gonna use something holy for something like menstruation, it may create a problem. Well, we got threatened saying that you are in luck, this lady is with you, otherwise we would have put you in ground over here next to one of our banana trees. Well, I make a run for my life with Kristen and we got out of there as soon as we can. Few days later, we got a call from one of the farmers saying that they are interested in it. It was their kid who was going to an agriculture university and studying and has realized what kind of economic and social benefits they have if we are able to make these pads. Their women will get access to a better hygiene in their life. This is where it all started to get in place and we were really happy about it. Now we had to find a factory where we actually can produce these pads. We went to a lot of people. There are so many instances where a lot of people have said no the moment we came to tell them what we were gonna do in this factory. Well, we were not making any weapons or anything for mass destructions. We were just simply making pads. It was such a taboo that people also didn't want to rent us their space in order to make these. But finally, we got a place where we actually can manufacture our pads, and that's when we decided on this Robinhood business model, because we were gonna either give product free or at cost in rural area where it has to be subsidized by sales in urban areas, where we're selling product at premium cost in urban areas and subsidizing it in rural areas. Now, so far what I've talked is we have made sure that our supply chain is sustainable. We have made sure what we are producing is 100% compostable and biodegradable. Now, the last piece which came into existence is making users aware what they are using is compostable and biodegradable. Instead of throwing it in the garbage, throw it separately in the green waste or biodegrade it in their own home in a pot or in their backyard in the garden. That's when we completed the circular economy circle of our economy. Well, let's talk about some of the lessons I learned from my own journey. Number one, when somebody tells you that they have an idea, listen to it. It could be life changing, as it was for me, or it could be a lesson that next time you should not listen to a lot of ideas around you. If you have skills and talents, put it to good use. What I mean to say is that if I had a choice between making a lot of money and working for something purposeful and still making money, I would always choose that. Making something purposeful and making money with it. Because I don't want to be the richest man in the cemetery, but I would like to go to sleep, to the bed at night, thinking that I have done something good. Steve Jobs has said it. I love it. Money doesn't define success. Your values does. So don't bother. It will come to you one or the other way. Well, you must be wondering now that great, you had a story, you had all these things said. You also talked a bit about circular economy. You have a product which is biodegradable, compostable, it has social benefit, it has environmental benefit. What really it is doing with circular economy, how it is really attached with circular economy, and why do we need to adopt circular economy? Well, let's talk about existing economy first in order to move towards circular economy. Today's economy, which is linear economy, is take, make and dispose economy, where everyone is taking from resources like earth, mines, everywhere, and making products and disposing them. This lifestyle of take, make and dispose has put us in a global crisis where the waste is increasing like anything, where we are not able to balance the scale in terms of taking care of this waste. Recently, if you have seen the news, a lot of countries, especially from Asia, like China, Malaysia, Singapore, has said no to taking waste. They have said clearly to these world leaders that we're not gonna be a dumping ground for your use of plastic. Well, there's a reason behind it. We cannot keep up with this demand and the growing demand of these non-viable, non-biodegradable resources which are man-made. And the more they are produced, they will lead to addition to what we are facing today. We all are on a verge of a climate change, and yes, it is real. It has been there, and we all need to take an action and worry about it. Even a single person, if stop taking plastic bags today, can contribute to changing the nature of industry in order to provide alternate solution to plastic bags. We at Sati have been following this circular economy in multiple ways. Well, circular economy is based on three major principles. Number one, to design waste and pollution out of the system. Number two, to let the natural resources regenerate. And number three, to keep the resources in use as long as you can. When I talk about designing out the waste and pollution, Sati has been able to successfully make a product which is made out of banana fiber and natural resources which exist out there as an agricultural waste, as a byproduct of an existing crop. We are not cutting down any trees, we are utilizing a waste and upcycling it into a more valuable product, and yet making sure that when it is utilized, the short-lived product goes back to nature and add value by becoming a compost. Now, this is how we designed out the waste and pollution. When we talk about letting the natural resources regenerate, we are not using materials like cotton or other materials which needs a constant change of crop because the land is out of the nutrients which it needs to let them grow. We use an agricultural waste which comes out of crops which are after 8 months needs to be chopped from the stem and thrown away anyways. So we are utilizing that to make sure that we are letting the system regenerate and become an infinite source of fiber. When we talk about letting the resources long in use, because we are not producing anything which is coming out of nature and man-made and going back to nature and staying there and of becoming no use because it is short-lived, while we are using a product which is coming out of nature and converted into a more added value product and then going back to nature and still being utilized as a nutrient for earth to get more and more grow plants and other things as a compost, is how we are trying to support the use of materials for the longer time. Now this is what circular economy stands on, and that's how we are supporting. Now let's talk about where the industry should go from here. What we at Sati believe is that if, as I said, a single person stop using plastic, it can go a long way and can change the behavior of industry to provide an alternate solution. And as an industry, we should think about what we are doing and what we are leaving behind in order to just make profit. I would like to quote Kate Worth as she said that our economy should be designed to thrive, not to grow. Well, I myself believe, imagine having a business with a purpose that can include people, planet, and profits all together. I know it is really hard to do that. Well, this might help you. You need a lot of passion, a lot of hard work, and just a pinch of crazy to do so. And you'll be able to do it as we successfully did it at Sati. This is Tarun Bothra signing off. Bye bye.